This is how bridges are built over deep waters. Have you ever been marveled at the majestic sighting of bridges built over large and deep water bodies? The bridge constructions are more complex than building skyscrapers because the bridges have to withstand tons of moving vehicles. Furthermore, it is a very challenging task to build bridges over water bodies. While comparing land and water bridges, the nature of challenges can vary due to multiple factors. Several methods are followed to build water bridges. The depth of water and soil quality primarily determines the mode of construction method to build a bridge over deep waters. The caisson method of bridge construction derived from the Latin term capso, which means box or case. The caisson mode of construction is employed to lay foundations of bridges, abutments and piers in deep water bodies. In this method, watertight structures are sunk into the ground at the desired depth and filled with concrete to form the foundation. These watertight structures are in the shape of prefabricated hollow boxes or cylinders and are made of wood, steel or reinforced concrete. Thus, these structures become integral parts of the bridge. The caissons are also known as piers and be drilled on bedrocks. They can also be drilled deeply into soil strata if the soil can carry a building load. After the initial work, the structures are floated in water by boats and are fastened to a caisson guide. Inside these box structures, forms are built around the air domes. Subsequently, when concrete is poured into the box or case, it becomes heavy and sinks into the water along with the caisson guide. When the caisson finally descends to the bottom, there is the removal of air domes and excavation of the earth using dredge well pipes. The digging is continued till it sinks at the required depth. In the final step, concrete is filled from the bottom of dredge well tubes at 30 feet. The tops are then tightly sealed. The Hutong Yangtze River Bridge is a rail and road bridge built over the Yangtze River in China using caisson foundations. The cofferdam method of bridge construction. In this method, temporary waterproof structures called cofferdams are used in facilitating the construction or repairs of piers, dams and bridges in areas submerged deeply in water. The cofferdams are designed in such a manner to provide the laborers with a dry work environment. It should be also able to limit the water flow at a safe level so that excess water can be removed by pumping. In this mode of bridge construction, several wedge-shaped thick boards or planks which lower at one end and grooved on the other end are put together to form walls. This process is called sheet piling and is done on the perimeters of the worksite. It is sealed with concrete in the bottom to prevent the water from seeping inside. Since cofferdams are mostly built offshore and under severe weather conditions, there is difficulty in maintaining close tolerances. Hence there is the possibility of deformations in the structure of the cofferdam during construction. The cofferdams are moved to the worksite with extreme care and are done in stage-by-stage process. Since the worksite is in the water body itself and there is the risk of flooding and collapse, 24/7 monitoring is required for the safety of laborers. The welfare of workers is the primary concern in cofferdam construction. Hence utmost care and attention are given while choosing the material of cofferdam. The materials should possess sufficient strength and capacity to withstand the pressure of water. The bridges built using the cofferdam technique are usually very strong and are capable of carrying heavy loads. The Polavaram Spillway Bridge in Andhra Pradesh, India, is a primary example of the cofferdam technique. The battered piles method of bridge construction. The battered piles bridge construction method is regarded as the simplest method of constructing a bridge in deep water. The battered piles installation process is followed to withstand heavy wind load, ship impacts and wave pressure. In this mode of construction, several vertical battered piles are used as a twisted fork instead of a single beam to build a bridge. The measurements of the piles are made as per the depth of water. To provide maximum support, the pointed edges of the piles known as tines spread the weight of battered piles in several directions. A flat-bottomed boat called a barge is used to transport the battered piles and the pile drivers to the specified location in the waterbed. The process of forcing the pile/pole into a soft mudbed is called pile driving. The mechanical devices are dropped into the bottom of the water body and hammered into bedrock depending on the depth of water and the quality of the soil. Examples of pile drivers include pile frames, pile hammers and pile winches. The materials used for pile drivers can either be concrete or steel. The piles are continuously driven, till it turns inward at an angle. Thus, the poles become firm and have an increased ability to carry lateral loads. Once the required number of piles are met and are above the water level, the rest of the construction process is carried on till completion. Despite the challenges, many famous bridges have been built using these methods. Donghai Bridge in Zhejiang, China, is regarded as one of the longest cross-sea bridges in the world. However, in all modes of bridge construction, the safety and welfare of laborers is the primary concern.